And it doesn't matter. So you don't care because it's not going to sound as pathetic the way you.
No, I was going to say exactly what happened.
No, you weren't. I've heard your version. You were going to leave out all the key parts.
What are the key parts?
That I was in the middle of a conversation. You were just going to say
no.
I was. I've heard your version. Your version's entirely different. Your version is geared to fit the way you need it to look, so that you can have a fucking laugh.
He gets so mad.
I'm not mad right now.
I haven't even said anything about it yet.
Because I'm telling you that I know that I've heard your version before, and I want to tell the story because you leave out the key parts. I'm not even mad yet.
The parts that I said
if I was mad, I would deport you.
You had already told the story.
Well,
I was just telling you from what I saw. Because I wasn't right next to you, but I saw it from a distance.
You saw.
Me and Ryan
you saw the. You saw when
we were watching it the whole time.
Hey, I told you the only reason we saw it is because of that big ass.
And can I ask why you were even just staring at me the whole time?
Because it was funny.
Tell you what, every time I picked up a girl there, they're right on cue. There when I start making out with her, they like follow me the whole night. They've got nothing better to do, but they just follow me all night.
Yeah, we actually didn't follow you.
We didn't.
They had a camera ready and everything.
But all of a sudden you were right there, and Ryan was like, "Oh, look, he's trying to do it," and I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
Yeah,
so it was perfect.
The point being, I'm literally in the middle of a conversation with this chick, and all of a sudden she looks away, and I follow her eyes, and I see this dude doing it. This little piece of shit, like fucking half his size.
Yeah, I saw him do that. I saw him call you.
Tell a story.
Yeah, well, he goes like this.
And shave bad?
He goes like this, and she's like, "Do you know him?" I was like, "I don't know." And she was like, "Oh, let me go see what he wants."
Yeah, I know.
Fine. So she starts walking towards him. He walks even further to the stairs. Like, do you know Breakers?
Yeah.
There's an upstairs where you walk upstairs. He walks to the door and does it again. So she follows him.
So
comes
creepy.
back like
that was such a creepy thing to do.
Yeah,
too.
she comes back about 20 seconds later laughing, saying that he was like, "I would like to get to know you." It was like, basically he was trying to pick her up. And I was like, this little motherfucker interrupts the conversation I'm having and tries to take the girl that like I'm already like got locked in to like take home that night. And what offended me about it was this, and this is what they aren't getting. They say it was petty. Yes, I cannot argue that.
I get that part. I get it.
It was okay. Do you understand what the word bitch means? You really need to reevaluate your understanding. Does bitch not mean Does bitch not mean coward? What is cowardly about going to a man face to face? A bitch would go with 6 dudes because he would never fight somebody one-on-one. He would hit him in the back of the head, or he would go with multiple friends. A bitch would never warn the dude from 10 feet away that you're about to have a fucking problem. That's what the flicking off was about, to warn him that he's got a problem. Then I get in his face. A bitch isn't going to do that. So you can say it was uncivilized. You can say it was. You can say.
In my opinion, it's a bitch move.
Well, that's why I'm saying you need to reevaluate what your understanding.
No, I don't, because in my opinion, it's a bitch move.
Pull up Urban Dictionary and pull up.
I won't have to, because in my opinion, that's a bitch nigga. That's what bitches do. That's like what girls do, dude. If I'm a man and they see this nigga try to holler at this chick that I was hollering at, and then she came back to me, I'm like, oh, sucks for him.
Okay.
That's it. Why would I go like and then wait for him to look at me and then be like this and then try to fight him and he's like this big? Why would I do that?
Because you're failing again to see.
No, I see that, but I don't see that. I'm not that type of person. I just thought it was a bitch move.
You can call it poor form. You can call it savage.
It's all that.
Look up the definition of bitch in Urban Dictionary.
Bitch
you're
move is a bitch move.
You're not understanding what a bitch move is. Look it up. You don't know what it means.
In my opinion, it's a bitch move.
Because you're not smart enough to know what bitch means. Like, look it up.
I'm not smart enough to
look
know
it
what
up.
bitch means, but
seriously, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up. To call it a bitch move.
It is.
It has to fit.
Look, I know I've been a player place, and that's a bitch thing to do.
It's a primitive, savage, petty thing to do, yes. But a bitch move, it's not by definition. For something to be something, it has to fit the characteristics of the definition, which it doesn't. Which is what I'm telling you right now.
You taking it a step further than it needs to do. That needs to be just like you did with the guy. You took it a step further. He was already leaving because he got turned down, and then you waited to look at him and you.
If he was leaving, why did he come back into the main?
Because he might have wanted to say bye.
And his friends were over on that side also.
Yeah. He may have wanted to say hi.
So he wasn't leaving.
But he was back there, and he realized that he wasn't gonna get her. But you know what? If you would have never done that,
it was petty.
Nothing would have happened.
I'm not going to argue against that.
And then I don't know what he was thinking, trying to even come up to you to like see what you were talking about. I was like, this nigga better stay down. He's gonna die.
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to tell you though. Like, it was petty, it was poor form, all those things, but it cannot be a bitch move by definition. It doesn't fit. It's like me calling you fucking albino. Like,
that's right. If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit.
That's true.
Exactly. I'm looking up the definition right now.
If
it fits any of the characteristics.
That's a glove.
If it fits any of the characteristics, I'll agree with that. But from my understanding, what bitch move is, What I did,
sometimes
confronting a man face to face, one on one, is not a bitch move.
You confronted a little boy, man.
Because he's the one that chose to challenge me by interrupting a conversation. Okay, when a dude does that, if you go up to a guy and you're trying to take his girl from him, that means you sized up the guy and you said,
he wasn't trying to take her from you, though.
He could not have avoided seeing me because I was in the middle of a conversation.
That wasn't your girl.
It's not my girl, but it was rude to interrupt my conversation.
Hey, and it was rude of her to walk away.
Not necessarily from the conversation because she wanted.
Yes, it was.
No, she
yes, it was. She should have been like,
she asked
why
me
am I gonna go talk to this dude? I
don't wanted to know what. Actually, I kind of wanted to know what he was like asking about.
Why'd you all go together then?
My problem was when I realized that he was trying to take her from me.
What else did you think he was trying to do? Do you know how to get to Sterling Boulevard?
Hey, dude, I don't know her. I don't know who she knows.
He's doing this, and then he'll step back and wait till she gets a little closer. And that's this again. I'm watching this dude, and I'm like, what are you doing? That is the creepiest way to try to get a girl to talk to you. And the funny part is, she followed. And I was like, and not just that, she followed into that hallway. You know how when you open the door to go upstairs? She followed him in there. I would not go with some random ass nigga in some hallway.
Okay, this is the thing. Right, the decision that can be classified as cowardly. Now let's look up the definition of cowardly and see if confronting a man one-on-one is cowardly with giving him heads up that he's got a problem. What aspect of that is cowardly? You tell me. It was poor form, petty, yes, all those things, but not a bitch move. Apparently, from your understanding of it, but I'm trying to educate you. You need to educate yourself.
I'm saying that's a bitch move.
You're making Spanish people look bad by going around saying things like that, and people.
You made Spanish people look bad. You're trying to find another little Spanish dude for no reason.
You're using words you don't even. You're using words you don't even understand.
Bitch move. I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna keep saying it. That was a bitch move.
And I'm trying to educate you because you're using it in the wrong tense.
I don't care. To me, and from what other people know, that's a bitch move.
And you must hang around people that are equally.
I guess so, and you hang around great people too.
I'm just telling you that there's no way that it can fit the classification of a bitch move. How does it fit that? How does it fit that?
It does.
How? No,
I've seen that.
Tell me how.
I've seen it. That's a bitch thing to do.
Tell me how.
Bitches do that shit.
Walk me through it.
That's how girls act. That's how girls act.
Girls regularly approach each other to fight.
If another girl sees another girl try to holler at their man, they're like, what the fuck, bitch? That's exactly what you did.
They talk shit. I went up to hit him, but
you did talk shit, and then he came up.
No, I talked shit when the girl wouldn't get out of the way. And
no,
he was like,
this is what you did. You flicked him off.
I went to hit him.
Then he was like, what the fuck?
Then the girl
and he came over to you, and then y'all were talking, and then that's when she was like, no, please.
Yeah. No. And she wouldn't get out of the way.
And then I was like, Ernie, what the fuck are you doing? This little, come on.
It didn't
Brian
matter
could beat him up.
It didn't matter how big or small it was the principle.
And I said,
let me ask you a question. The dude was twice my size. Would it then be a bitch move?
Yeah.
It'd be a dumb move.
Yeah.
A dumb move.
It'd still be a bitch move, Brian, because you already
Do you understand how it doesn't fit the class? Do you at least understand how it doesn't fit the classification?
That came out of nowhere. He didn't know you were there. He was trying to talk to her. That's it. He never thought about you or disrespecting you. He just thought about getting the girl.
We just looked up the universal definition of bitch move. And it states as cowardly. How does it fit that?
All these words, there's words, a bunch of words out there. And a lot of them are used in different ways, different contexts. In this context, it's a bitch move, dog. It is. It's a bitch move. It's something a bitch would do, straight up. It is. In my opinion.
You're arguing semantics now. But I'm just saying, it just for official purposes, in the universal sense,
you're a coward then.
It could be.
You want that?
How could it be? That's exactly what I'm saying. How is it cowardly? How does it fit
that? He's a little guy and he already lost. And you're still trying to provoke him?
Trying to provoke him. He provoked me by interrupting my conversation. Why
don't you want to hit the girl though? Because she left. She could have been like, "That's really rude. I'm gonna stay here and talk to you."
Because she came back herself, and
you know what? I wish she would have left with that nigga. That's what I wish.
Shit, you know better than to think she would have done that.
No, okay, so run that through. What would happen then? Nothing. You can't do shit. And if you were to do something, that's even worse than what happened already.
Even if
I'm not telling you it was a stand-up thing to do. I'm not denying that it was a petty thing to do.
I know.
It was low form and petty and primitive and savage. It was all those things.
And then you had that fat old lady all over you.
But anytime